If you have a coaching business and you're wondering how to market this business and get more clients, this video is for you. I'm gonna lay out my 9 absolutely favorite marketing strategies to get more business. You can be the best coach in the world, but if you don't know how to market yourself, it's gonna be difficult to build a successful coaching business. So what it takes is, number 1, to reframe. Instead of thinking about marketing your coaching business, I want you to reframe and think about marketing as teaching. Finding all the opportunities that you possibly can to teach what you know about how you transform your clients' lives. So I'm going to share with you all of my very favorite marketing strategies. There were 9 when I started preparing this video, and I've ended up more around 12 or 13, and there might end up being even more than that. And before I get into the actual strategies, I want to share that I've divided these into 3 phases. Phase 1 is for the first timer, never ever, someone who doesn't have a lot of cash to invest in marketing. There are some strategies that you can do right away that can get you some quick results. Second phase is for a coach who's been in business for a little while and has something going already, but still looking for more. And then phase 3 is really when you're rocking and rolling and you've got cash flow and you've got some free cash and you want to invest in your marketing, perhaps by doing some Facebook ads or something like that. So these are the phases in which these strategies fall. And obviously you can cross-pollinate. Someone in phase 3 can easily do phase 1 strategies, although it would be more difficult for a phase 1 person to go straight to phase 3. So in phase 1, the absolute simplest, easiest, most effective marketing strategy is one that most people don't want to do. It's outreach. It's literally picking up the phone, letting your fingers do the walking, and reaching out to the people you know and asking for support. Meaning reaching out to friends and family members and former clients and asking for introductions. Introductions to potential clients, introductions to speaking opportunities, and basically just reaching out to let people know what you're up to. And then reaching out to prospective clients every single day. One of my mentors, Mark LeBlanc, calls this strategy the storm starter strategy, because he says once you start doing it, it creates a storm of prospects. I have a commitment to myself to do 10 storm starter outreach calls or texts every single week. This strategy really, really works. No matter what phase you are, whether you're in the beginning or you're really established. I'm a pretty established business coach and I do my storm starters every single week. The second strategy is YouTube. It's this strategy, what I'm doing right here, right now. This is a strategy I learned from my good friend and my client, Nate Woodbury at Be the Hero Studios. You can check out his YouTube channel. I'll link to it here. And this strategy has been a game changer. It's very inexpensive if you do it on your own and you don't hire a whole crew and a whole team to do it for you. You can just record videos and upload them as often as possible. Nate recommends doing it every single day. And he has this ninja trick where he basically goes and finds the keyword phrases that people are looking for that are related to my business. And he tells me, hey, do a video on how to start a retreat business or how to build a coaching practice or any number of things. So basically he's finding the keywords that people are already searching for and then telling me, hey, go create a video about this. You could do that for yourself. YouTube, even without me having hundreds of thousands of subscribers, has been one of the most effective new marketing strategies that we've implemented over the past year, and I highly recommend it. A third strategy that even a beginner can do right away is email marketing. So often we're out in the world networking, meeting with people, creating relationships, and then we never follow up with those people again. Email marketing is a way for you to connect with people and stay connected, nurturing this audience, nurturing this list, and consistently delivering valuable information to the people that you want to stay connected to and who could potentially eventually percolate up into clients. I recommend sending a weekly email. And by the way, one of my mentors on this, her name is Leanne Marie Webster. You can check her out at leadmachineweekend.com, totallytelesummits.com. Leanne recommends sending out an email every single week or more, actually. And I know that that sounds like a lot to you guys, but you can take that YouTube video that you created, you can pull the transcript from that video and go and turn it into an email or even a blog post. So now you're getting more bang for your buck. You're doing one thing that you're creating and you're repurposing it across other platforms. I can't stress enough how important it is to do email marketing, because it keeps you connected straight into their inbox to the people that you've met and who want to stay connected with you. Another great strategy, of course, is social media. Facebook, Instagram, those are the two that I know the best. I'm sure that there are ways to do it with others, but what I would recommend doing is pick one place and focus your energy there first. Whether it's Instagram or Facebook, but just pick the place where your people are most likely to be. Oh, don't forget LinkedIn. Now, here's an example of a client of mine, Brittany Brown. She created a program called Beating Binge Eating, and her only source of marketing in the first year or so of doing this program was Instagram. She had built already a community of 50,000 women with the tag Beating Binge Eating, and then she launched her program once she developed rapport with that audience. And she was very successful and got her business up to multiple tens of thousands of dollars in revenues just by marketing through Instagram, this $2,000 course that she created a few years ago. Highly recommend social media, especially at the beginning. In phase 2, I like to think in this phase you probably have an assistant or some admin support to help you. Someone who can help you stay on top of your contacts, who can stay on top of your outreach with you and for you. So one great strategy in phase 2 is to do your own events and to host your own seminars and workshops. Now, these seminars and workshops can be in person, or they can also be virtual. You can do webinars. And the reason that I think it's so helpful to have an assistant for this is because I personally don't love to do all the technology stuff. So it's really helpful to have an assistant to do some of the back of the room tech management for you and with you. Another strategy is to do speaking engagements. Now, the reason that this is a phase 2 strategy is not that you can't do it in phase 1, but usually it takes time to build up a speaking strategy. Most event planners and creators are looking way in advance to fill their events. So speaking is one of these strategies that might take a little more time to build out. Like some strategies are more immediate, but with speaking, a lot of times event planners and producers are looking to find speakers a year in advance. So this is a strategy that takes a little bit more time, but it's worth pursuing because speaking positions you as a thought leader. And one of the best ways to market a coaching business is to have people see you as a thought leader and see you as an expert and be attracted to you and want to work with you. So I highly recommend using speaking as a marketing strategy. And I have a lot of videos about how to get speaking engagements, how to structure speaking presentations. I have a whole playlist on speaking, and I encourage you and invite you to check it out. In phase 2, I also recommend, if you haven't already, to look at writing a book and even self-publishing it. Actually, I prefer self-publishing because it's quicker. If you got a traditional publisher, you have to wait at least 18 months to see your book on the market. Whereas if you self-publish, you could actually create a book in a weekend or in a month, especially if you already have a bunch of YouTube videos and blog posts that are transcribed that you can compile together in a book. Again, this is a great strategy for someone who has someone to help them out with the admin and checking your email inbox so that you can release some time to go write your book. Another strategy that you may have heard a lot about is blogging. Now, I personally don't love blogging, and I quite honestly haven't seen a whole bunch of results from blogging. But what I have seen is that blogging increases traffic to my website. Now, I use that same strategy that Nate taught me for YouTube. I use it in the blog because I take that YouTube video transcript and I post it in my blog. And now my website has a search result for the same video that I have a search result on YouTube for. Think about that. Now I own 2 search results for a very specific term that my clients are looking for. The last item in phase 2 that you can use in phase 1 and phase 3 also is referrals. And the reason it's here, not in phase 1, is because generally to get referrals, you have to have some traction already. You've got to be producing results. People have to be seeing you doing the work or have had an experience with you and then give you a referral. So sometimes referrals are more of a phase 2 type of strategy. One of the things that I do is with every single event that I do, Every time I host a retreat with my clients, on the third day of the retreat, I give them a referral form and I walk them through a process to identify the results that they've gotten and identify people they know who might want similar results. So that's a really great way to systemize and formalize your referral generation process. One of the biggest problems I see with referrals is that they're generally pretty haphazard. Nobody's got a specific process in place to generate them, and they end up being sort of a nice gift or bonus surprise. So this is a way to get referrals as part of your marketing strategy. Once you're in phase 3, you can start to invest more in your marketing. And one of the best things that I've seen work for marketing coaching services is to invest in Facebook ads. Now, we use Facebook ads in a variety of ways, and I've seen them work in many more ways. But Facebook ads, we drive to our events. So anytime I create a preview event or a webinar, whether it's in person or online, I use Facebook ads to drive traffic to those events. Now, here's a little secret. I don't ever send the Facebook ad directly to the event. I send a Facebook ad first to get them to opt in to see the information about the event. Why do I do that? Because if I'm going to invest in getting a click from Facebook, I want to capture that lead. And it's more valuable to me to have someone that I've captured and be able to keep talking to them than to have to keep sending ads to that same person to get them to click and go straight to the event. Does that make sense? So what I'm looking for is to send Facebook ads to opt-in pages that get people to opt in and then take them to the next thing. So we use Facebook ads to opt-in pages for events, for webinars, and for strategy sessions with me. So I have something called a strategy session funnel, and we use Facebook ads to send traffic to it. And that strategy session funnel basically gets people onto an opt-in and then shows them a video that invites them to have a call with me. In fact, if you want to check that out yourself, you can go to superstaractivator.com/go, and you can see the same funnel that we use that we send Facebook traffic to. And then finally, you've heard me say the word funnel a couple times. That's a great place to invest money, is building out funnels that take traffic and convert them into a call, a discovery session, a strategy session, an event, a webinar, a small purchase, something that gets them into your world and starting to consume your thought leadership. Because it's so much easier to sell to someone who sees you as a teacher, who sees you as a leader, who sees you as an expert, than it is to sell to someone who sees you as just somebody trying to sell their services. I have so many other strategies for driving marketing to your coaching business. So if you're interested in going deeper, check out superstaractivator.com/go and sign up for a quick call with me to see if and how I can support you. Thank you.